tell me a little bit about that? Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez's press conference just ended. I simply hung up the phone while Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez were in the middle of a news conference. Following yet another wild altercation in the crowd, Canelo Alvarez struck Terence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez must reimburse the boxing authorities for his misconduct.
About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Now, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more.
Terence Crawford claimed in a statement released following the altercation that he would suppress his rage until the big day, but Canelo Alvarez intervened. No matter what, I'll exact revenge on them on fight night. Be on the lookout for me. The two combatants began pushing, cursing, and even hurling objects at one another after concluding they didn't need to be impolite to one another. It was obvious that few people were prepared for this battle. All they asked was that the assailants maintain their composure and show them respect. Things are rapidly spiraling out of control.
Let him down. You know what I mean? I don't care about him down.
Can I just ask, obviously he pushed you at the last press conference. Do you think at that point you got in his head for that?
I don't know. I don't know what's in his head. I don't know what he's thinking about, So I don't know.
If they continue in this manner, things can also go out of control on fight night. For the first time in their career, one of the fighters might be knocked out, and the altercation may not proceed as expected. Just prior to the fight, Terence Crawford's coach said some hurtful things to Canelo. Bulma believed that on the night of the fight, Crawford will easily defeat Canelo by a significant margin. We will defeat this insane dog. McIntyre is supposed to have said, "Say the ring. It won't be easy, but we will knock him over the head." McIntyre's remarks. I promise you. Take a look. For starters, I haven't yet led you astray. I don't work in the industry. They refused to listen to me when I tried to inform them about Errol Spence Jr. His student Crawford claimed that he was more confident than ever after the fight, and that he still believes he can defeat Canelo with ease. Crawford vowed to defeat Canelo in their upcoming bout. He used to be the real middleweight champion and has never lost. He's getting ready to go to Las Vegas. Supporters were mistaken to think Canelo will win his undefeated super middleweight belt on September 13th. The 41-0 star indicates that it.
Nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head.
Before to his altercation with Canelo. All of those doubters will cry when they come home at the end of the day, Crawford assured his Nebraska followers. Following their brief conversation, press conference host Todd Giesham asked the two boxers about their thoughts on the impending bout. He declared that if it gets down to the wire, he doesn't care how a battle turns out. He enjoys having authority over things that are under his purview. I am unable to focus on the judges. All I have to do is consider my abilities and my capacity for handling situations in the ring. That's winning the battle, he said.
And I meant that. Everybody's talking about the size and, me being a smaller fighter. But if you look on the stage, I've been sparring these big dudes my whole career.
As I said, you can knock out any boxer. Canelo's chin contains a very sharp bone. He's rough. He is capable. He has occasionally been offended, but not to the extent that it qualifies as impolite. However, with the correct circumstances, anyone can be rendered unconscious. When it comes to taking the initiative, I'm the one that always steps up. I handled all of the work while I had a job. My moment cannot be ruined by Canelo. That's how easy it is. Canelo is aware of Crawford's toughness because he is fighting him at higher weight classes.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
The Mexican legend claimed that size wouldn't be a concern when he was questioned about his fight on September 13th against an undefeated champion who was flawless at 2 weights. When he was younger, he had already performed well in the ring. I'm not considering that because I've been in his shoes previously. I won't consider going to work, Canelo declared. Regardless of the size of the fight, I always prepare for it. I understand. I'm here to win, and because this has altered my perspective, I always consider winning. Turkey, Netflix, and all the warriors have my gratitude. Making history is my first objective, and I'm happy to be here.
You say from memory that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that. Just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that.
The tone of the battle was established by the letters the key characters wrote to their supporters prior to the major altercation. These folks are aware that I'm always willing to fight. I'm my best self at all times. I simply want to express my gratitude for them and all of your assistance. The boxer answered, "That's fantastic. When I win, I hope they'll be there to support me." Crawford instructed his group to look their best as they traveled from Omaha, Nebraska to Las Vegas. Additionally, I assured Bud that I would get rid of Canelo so that we could discuss.
Of experts, I think Canelo's not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the Skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight, you're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight. How do you kind of...
All I tell them to do is get dressed. He said, "We're going to bring some more jewelry home, and it's going to be an exciting day for boxing. Soon, we will create history. The 3-way unbeaten king is how he will be known. He will be the world's first boxer to take home this title. I mean it. Nobody else will teach me how to fight or engage in combat with me." Crawford declared, "I have been battling my entire life, therefore I refuse to run. I promised to touch you frequently." Crawford had successfully defended himself by knockout in 11 consecutive fights prior to his matchup with Madrimov. However, it's equally critical to keep in mind the events of the previous few years. Alvarez claims that his battle was significant enough to be recorded in history. He is 30.
I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. The Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights.
Renowned fighter Ryan Garcia recently discussed the incredible clash between Terence Crawford, who had never lost a fight, and Canelo Alvarez. Garcia, the current undisputed super middleweight champion, has faced Alvarez previously. Many believe he will fight again in the future, possibly against former world champion Manny Pacquiao. Garcia, the former WBC interim lightweight champion, discussed the much-anticipated bout in Las Vegas this week. The California native believes that Crawford can only win in one obvious way, and he doesn't believe the Nebraska standout can accomplish it. Gold medalist Garcia, who is usually trustworthy, stated that he was certain Crawford will defeat Canelo in their historic title match.
Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see. I see that Bud's gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with so much.
But at the conclusion of the super fight, he wants Canelo to do what he wants. He therefore believes that Canelo can win at Cigar Talk, but that his early attack will fail. Garcia stated that although he won't win, he will perform well. No matter how useless they are, it makes no difference. I envision him hitting Canelo with a lot more hits and a couple of hooks. That's the problem. There has been no change. Simply said, Canelo Alvarez is receiving more media attention. And I still see that happening, he continued.
Tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
He has the best chin that I've ever
Bro,
seen.
and nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I've never. So I seen one time Triple G hit him and he kind of like, and then he's right back on it.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit, well he is.
However, Andre Ward of Netflix, who will be hosting the Crawford vs. Canelo match, has already shared his predictions for how it will conclude. Canelo told us that one of his best traits is being in the ring. It appears that he is in charge since he constantly stands up straight, even while he is asleep. Last month, they believed they would never be able to sleep again after viewing his Instagram story. This can frighten and exhaust his opponent.
Because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are puncher boxers rather than boxer punchers. Even though they don't want to, he suggested they can both box. They wish to cause harm to others. Many people find that boxing helps them focus, take a break, or prepare for their true passions. However, I believe that by September, they should both be able to punch and box. These two are skilled manipulators, but they ought to hold off on taking action. Ward did not reveal his prediction for the winner of that poll.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right
You
now.
can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your
I'm taking them. It ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. Come fight now.
I know Turkey's in your corner, but
promise
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
In an August 29th interview with Fight Hype, Ward did, however, state unequivocally who he believes will prevail. Ward declared, "I'm going with Terence Crawford." Large weight jump was his next word. Your strength was too much for Terence Crawford to manage. Now demonstrate to me that you can defeat his will in combat. It will be risky. I had no intention to hurting Canelo. I stated that I don't currently have any money on Terence Crawford to win. You must accomplish something to prove to me that you are capable of defeating him. Ward continues to speak.
Canelo for Terence Crawford. I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez swiftly betrayed their vow to keep quiet, and their news conference descended into one of the most bizarre altercations in press conference history.
We are true fighters. We are true fighters, but true fighters. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to sell something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fight. Yeah. We don't need to talk. I am sure in the end in the mid of
the Warriors made fun of one another and showed no concern for one another, unlike their opponents. However, I believe I know who initiated it.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You're gonna see.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
The battle is referred to be the Battle of the Century. Alvarez also didn't anticipate a close fight because Crawford is moving up from light middleweight. He called off a bout that appeared promising between a fighter who began as a lightweight because he didn't think it would be of much use to him. The well-known Mexican boxer was then asked what would happen to his record if he lost to Crawford, stated softly, "Don't stress over it. I'll be too much for him to handle." This bout, in my opinion, will undoubtedly go down in fighting history.
Patient enough, knows what he needs to do, but if he prepares for one thing, you come to the ring and do something different, that I know what it was that night. That night he knew he had to impress, and he knew that, you know, if you know Terence's style, he's trying to line up that straight left, you know, and he got to a point where that became, I gotta have this firework.
Although he is a fantastic boxer, he lacks Canelo's skill. During a press conference, Alvarez stated, "I have the experience. My power is all that people discuss, but I have more than that. One of the greatest fights I have ever had will be this one." After beginning boxing professionally at the age of 15, Alvarez, now 34, assumed the position. He has since won 11 global crowns, 27 world titles, and 67 battles. He is 3 years Bryant's junior. Alvarez assured Crawford that he would be unable to defeat him. "Don't stress over it." Crawford grinned and laughed at one point. Crawford declared, "I'm definitely taking these belts home with me."
He's gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
He first man to win 3 titles in a sophisticated homage to his American opponent, Clarissa Shields, who had already accomplished the same feat in the women's division. "I'll take them on fight night, but you don't have to tell me. I swear to you, I'm not like everyone else, you see. You don't look different." Canelo, who has battled N1 between 150 and 175 pounds, pulled her. Nothing has changed. He describes himself as a victor and asserts that he is on par with everyone else. "You'll listen. I am a unique individual," Crawford answered.
Whenever I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I could tell you that. But I will be, you know.
He became a professional in 2008. When it happened, he was 20 years old. When Alvarez was 15 years old, he played his first professional game. Following his public endorsement of Crawford, Alashik declared, "This is the fight he always wanted." Canelo was prepared for battle now. He is the sole surviving great warrior from a different era. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar de la Hoya, and Manny Pacquiao are a few of them. When he had the opportunity to battle them, both of us grew up. I was unable to attend the major battles. This is my major battle. Now it's my time. Crawford defeated Israel Madrimov at 30 years old in August to capture the middleweight title in boxing. Since then, he has not returned. Canelo defeated Ryan and 32-year-old William Skull in May to reclaim his unchallenged 168-pound belt.
Point where that became, I gotta have this firework at the end of the night, and that's what he was stuck on. He won't make that kind of mistake against Canelo Alvarez. And again, you know, coming to the ring, I don't think he expected Madrimov to have this counter-punching style that he came to the ring with, you know.
Be excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing.
He is presently competing against Crawford in the main event of a Netflix bout that could take place in the ring or another location. "I cannot lose to Canelo," Crawford stated. The 60,000-seat, 60,000-pound Las Vegas Raiders Stadium will host the bout. "Come on, man," he said. "What plans do you have? I don't need to discuss it with anyone else. Everyone opposes me. I will never claim that I can get hooped by another man." That's your response.
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight. I'm gonna win the fight. It's simple as that.
That's you. About if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo.
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I did.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
Canelo, though, retaliated. "This is the place, not the streets. where the great sport of fighting is being discussed. When two of the greatest players in history play one another without any questions, fans can't get enough. On the big day, both boxes are prepared to give it their all. We were also unfamiliar with the presses. And that's it for now. We post boxing stories, events, incidents, and acts as soon as they occur on our YouTube site. Make sure you have notifications enabled so you can be informed when we share quality content like this.